60 seconds.
5, 4, 2, 1.
Okay.
Grabill Town Council meeting to order for this August 20th, 2025.
Give me 60
Well,
seconds.
call. 5, 4, Grabill Town Council meeting to order for this August 20th.
Yeah.
Motion for
I make a motion we accept the minutes from last meeting as printed.
5, 4, second, and approved. Grabill Town Council meeting to order for this August 20th.
Yeah.
Motion
Yeah,
for
I'm
I
trying
make a
to
motion we accept the minutes from last meeting as printed.
Playing another meeting in the background. My apologies.
Okay. We have a resolution to complete from Rachel.
Hi. Alright, so Rachel Black, Allen County Economic Development. So at our last meeting on August 6th, there was an introduction for our country home, Thomas P. Blake, for your consideration for the designation of the economic revitalization area out there on Sawmill Road. So as the property is located within the Grabill allocation area or the TIP district, we needed to make sure what the impact might be if the abatement was approved. And so Mr. Klutz had reached out to Baker Tilly and stated that the increment that's currently generated out of that allocation area is sufficient enough to pay the debt service on the outstanding commitments, which is a 2016 TIF pond. And so there are enough revenues to pay that. I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to add on that.
Yeah, so I reached out to Baker Tilly. I originally talked with Ross, but he connected me with Sam Schrader, who kind of specializes in TIF and has I think done some work for Grabill in the past. And his analysis was, one, without this development creating TIF, you're supporting your 2016 debt service without any problem. So the impact on this is not adversely affecting the bond. The only thing it will do is, but for the abatement, the TIF would have increased a little bit. But with the abatement, the TIF will remain where it's at because you're not going to get the benefit of these property taxes. So on a whatever the scale is, I don't know.
Right, so based on the point system, the company is eligible for a 10-year tax abatement. So I believe the tax savings over that 7 years is $168,000. But they'll still pay $254,000, so that would be then be generated in the revenues for the TIF. Just as a quick review, the investment is $1.75 million, and that's for a third building there out on Sawmill Road. It's a 30,000 square feet. They plan to hire 11 employees. Those salaries are a little over $400,000. And then they're planning to keep 55, and those salaries are $2.5 million. So that's what's under consideration this evening. If approved tonight, then I would be at your next meeting for the public hearing and the confirmatory resolution consideration.
So we did an introduction. Now we just need a second reading for Resolution 2025-5, the Declaratory Resolution designating certain real estate in Section 25 of Cedar Creek Township as an economic revitalization area for our country home enterprises in Thomas P. Blake.
Okay, I make a motion we accept the second reading of resolution number 2025-5.
Second.
Okay.
Approved.
Any discussion? If not, we can go to third reading. So third reading for adoption is Resolution 2025-5, a declaratory resolution designating certain real estate in Section 25 of Cedar Creek Township as an economic revitalization area for Our Country Home Enterprises, Inc., Thomas P. Blake.
Make a motion, we accept the third and final reading of resolutions number 2025-5.
Okay.
All in favor? Do you wanna take a signed one with you?
And that's fine, or she's welcome to just
Just email it.
email it to me, that's fine.
Okay.
I just need it in enough time too, so I need to publish the notice and stuff, so
I'll have it back to you by tomorrow.
that's fine, thank you.
You will.
And then we'll see you in a month,
Yeah.
or next month.
Next month, I
Yeah,
think it's the
Six?
second or the third.
Third. It says the third on here.
Yeah, the third, sorry.
Do you have the resolution to sign?
Either they do or I do,
Okay.
which one?
You got one, you guys, you just need the one?
Yeah, just one and you give it to Stephanie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Alex, you're visiting with us today from DLZ.
Yes. So, starting with the agenda, Waterworks Improvements Project, the lagoon, still pending for that SR paperwork. Water tower is pending a change order and waiting on the contractor for information on that. Final water tower report, and that coordination is still ongoing. The contingency funds left is $257,978.43, plus or minus, since as of May. So you guys can use that for projects, equipment, etc.
What's the holdup on the lagoon?
All it says is SRF closure paperwork.
So we don't
It's
know
kind of
if
dance.
items stamped it yet or not?
I'm not sure.
I'm just curious, but I mean, it's been a while, I'm just curious why.
Yeah, it's been,
Yeah, it's been done a while, and testing should have been, just make sure there's nothing else holding us up, I guess, other than something just stamped in the paperwork.
So I'll check on that. And then as part of the SRF paperwork, I brought the certification form for Claude to sign. Probably 2 copies like we generally do. So we can either sign that later, or
okay.
sign that now, and we can get it picked up after the meeting.
And does that have to do with trying to get the council together Monday?
No,
Okay.
no, this is for the waterworks.
Okay.
Sorry. And your asset management plan
Yeah.
for your water. So item 2, the trail, substantially complete. Looks like they got all the markings, seating, everything's finished up there. Still haven't heard when they want to do a final walkthrough, but when we do that, a date for that, we'll give it to you guys. Sounded like they were going to do it after the fair. So,
Okay. Was there any further discussion, DLZ, about Bulliard's on the entrance to the gas station parking, or gas station lot?
Todd said that came up last meeting, and he's gonna look into that further and get some prices or something that way.
But I'm wondering if we shouldn't paint some of that curbing yellow. Cause you can't tell the difference between the curb and the sidewalk, and I think we're gonna drive right across it.
Mhm.
We really need them curves painted yellow. I think then we could see.
We had that
They're gonna
issue
see
over
what-
here in First Merchants where they
Yeah.
were, I mean, just
I
before we
think-
put the bench up.
Right, yeah. And so, I don't know, it's just a suggestion, so.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we were trying to sort of put that stamped concrete in, like in between the trail and the curb,
Yeah.
to sort of
Yeah,
help them delineate this is
Yeah.
where the trail is, not
Mhm.
the driveway, but yeah, so you're saying that might help.
yeah, it
I
just,
think so, yeah.
we need something to draw their attention to it a little bit more, you know? Because everything's so much about the same color, and they're just gonna drive right across it, you know, with them trailers and stuff. So, but we got nice wide driveways, you know,
Mhm.
and I think we just, well, some guys can't drive, period.
And how to pull a trailer.
Yeah, not a
Yeah.
full trailer.
So that's all I had on the trail. ARPA projects, sewer projects. Still waiting on a pre-con meeting for that 76A sewer extension on the east side of town. And then you guys had the pre-con, or they had the pre-con on August 11th for the Page Road sewer extension.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're expecting to start in probably late August, early September. And then I guess a pending action item is to extend that force main farther south.
I had a call from Eicher Excavating, he lives further south, and he would like to hook in. He lives south of Antwerp. In case it was brought up before, in case he didn't know how far they was gonna go, but if we could maybe check on that, I told him I'd get back with him. We'd have to talk to you guys on that.
Okay.
Cause he definitely would like to hook in, and he's down there about the third or fourth place, I think, south of Antwerp Road. I
South of
think.
Antwerp.
Yeah, on the east side of the road there.
At the meeting, we didn't know how far we had to go. I mean,
Yeah,
so we didn't know which house down there was asking,
mm-hmm,
so I think
Yeah,
that's what we had
it's
to have
a-
answered. I guess we get his address or where he's at.
yeah, I
That
have
would
to
just give
get,
us an
yeah,
idea.
I'll get that address.
Give them an idea of what they
Yeah.
need to at least try to get to.
Yeah, I forgot to get that from him the other day.
Because the contract said it'd be easier while they're here boring just to keep going.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think most of the people down through there want it, I guess, so. You know, so I don't know.
So then the sewer lining and cleaning project, they plan to get in town after the fair, so we're not causing any issues there. And then lift stations, that was part of the same pre-con on the August 11th. And then again, plan to start in August or September. The CCMG for 2024 streets, which was west in Illinois, they're still working on when they're gonna get that sod put in, and then we were going back with them on some final pay items and things that way. So we request that, have that meeting on Monday to approve pay application number 8, and then pay application number 9 would be the release of the 5% retainage. And then final change order to balance all the numbers, because I think it does look like it's gonna be a little bit under the award amount. And then the final project closeout forms that we'll need to get to NDOT.
So you're talking about a special meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we,
Do you have a time for that?
Post.
we have to post at least 48 hours.
48, okay.
Not including Saturday and Sunday though, so we have to put it up tomorrow.
Okay,
What time is the meeting?
1 o'clock. Monday.
Is that addressing the sod issue too?
No.
No, it sounded like, how I had discussed with you guys, and you guys were okay with the sod, and then, might include some watering
Okay,
if needed.
well, there's another email that went out. Are we sodding Illinois Street too? Because Illinois is gonna be the tough one. Because Illinois is supposed to have sod, but is it okay to, because the second email came out was to hydro seed it in the meantime, because that one's gonna be the tough one to water. Here, we get a lot of it watered by the hoses that we can run from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple tankers, we can get the other ones patched in. Illinois, all of it's gotta be hauled in, which is gonna take a lot of time. That was a concern. I know that email came out, I didn't know where it went to from there though. I didn't see any responses back. So I guess that was my question. Cause you put sod in Illinois, it's gonna be a lot of watering. Unless we get the homeowners.
Can we switch to hydro seed, or is that?
That's the question.
That was the question. They're already gonna hydro seed Illinois section of Illinois anyway.
It's, part of it's done, the last 3 feet in front of each street is sod. So if we change that out to hydro seed, they can come in and put sod, but they wanna wait until after October so it'll stay wet and go through the winter. If we go in and do hydro seed now, they can do both Illinois streets, get those hydro seeded, they'll grow on their own. Now, when they come in and redo the sod on West Street, we can tug some fire hoses down the street and do some patching, because some of it took. They're not gonna do the whole street, it's just gonna be patchwork.
But if footer gums, that we can run a hose off footer gum.
We can run that off.
And not built, we just need to,
And the fire department said I can borrow some 1.5-inch fire hoses and their little sprayer adapters, so we tug in giant fire hoses.
Correct, that was the thing. Illinois was gonna be tough to do. It was
Do
gonna
the
be
whole
tough to
thing,
do, yeah.
whole section is gonna be tough.
Can we hydro seed that?
Yeah. It's open right now.
About some,
I'm game for that. I mean,
Yeah, it's all sitting open waiting for sod.
I think the hydro seed really is what takes a hold better than anything else, you know?
I know we were looking for the fair coming to make it look super pretty.
Yeah.
Which is West Street, I understand. can
West
be
Street,
seeded,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Illinois streets can all be hydro seeded, it's not gonna,
What do you think?
Comes up pretty quick. Go
Okay.
for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they will go for it, I guess that'd be the question. But
Okay.
I don't know why they wouldn't. It'd be easier on them. But
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make a note that we reach out and let them know.
Well, I'm not sure what they use along on the trail there, but boy, did that stuff take.
hydro seed,
Was that hydro seed?
and it got rained.
and we got,
But it came in thick,
Yep.
really thick. That looks great.
This one here.
Since we're talking about Illinois, Fairview, all that area there, Lisa Meyer reached out about her, I wanna say it's her mother-in-law,
Yeah.
mother-in-law, Katrina.
Mhm.
She was curious if the people that are watering along those stretches, if they're gonna be getting a relief on their sewer usage, just due to the fact that they're contributing to keeping the
Well,
grass going.
I almost tell you, the homes that are watering, you may consider giving them convenience on both because they're doing you guys a favor of keeping it growing,
Yeah.
get it started.
Mhm.
I mean, that'd be a consideration, because
I
I know we
think
don't like doing the
We
water,
could
but
consider that, I think. I don't know.
I think it would be,
I think it encourages your customers to actually water the grass and.
Yeah.
just in these work zones, you know what I'm saying, that hey, we're gonna we will, we'll
Yeah.
pay for that portion, take it off your bill.
I'd say let's do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody who does it is just less, sod's gonna take a lot of watering.
Yeah.
That was my biggest concern. So.
Mhm.
and then she also mentioned that when her drive approach was poured, there was no rebar put in up underneath of the concrete. And she had talked to the Brooks supervisor, and he 100% told her there was no rebar support under the concrete pad. So I don't know if maybe that was
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean, in the event that
Cracks.
that cracks or,
I don't know what the specs called for on that. I'd be shocked, surprised if there wasn't some mesh in there,
I think it's got mesh in it.
Right. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll
but yeah.
check whatever detail was there.
okay.
You know what she's talking about? You have a formula on how you can adjust for
Not for the
individual
water, but,
water?
for the sewer, I mean, that's what I do for the swimming pools and all
Yeah.
that, but I don't do it, I just do the same for the water then and take the average of the last
Just-
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
would
would,
say-
yeah,
I would
that's what I would suggest, yeah.
Take
Sounds
the
good.
averages, what their averages last 3 months and,
It's pretty similar to us out too, to make sure that they water, you're gonna notice on the bill anyway,
Yeah,
yeah. You know, water in their backyard versus water in that would be different, but yeah.
or filling a pool.
Correct.
Right.
So then the 2025 streets, the First Street project, no real updates there. Still planning to start on this last block after the fair. Still trying to coordinate with Brooks to get a plan set up for that car show. Do you know how much access they need? Like, do they line
For
the whole
the-
street or?
well, they, First Street, they could probably do without parking cars on it. Because they got around the town hall and the yard in behind the Frutagong, they usually park in there, so. It all depends on, you know, we didn't have it last year, so, you know, it's gonna have to be a big comeback to have all this, but I think they need the parking lot beside the First Street, they need that's clear full of cars.
The bank
The bank parking
parking
lot,
lot?
Mhm.
Okay.
and in front of the Frutagong, should, cause that's gonna be open, there's gonna be, booths in there, and they're gonna serve food in there too, so.
Okay.
So that's, they're gonna have to have access to that. As far as coming back on this side, you know, we got in behind the bank, they can get to or on, well, let's see, the sidewalk will be probably tore up on it, alongside the bank.
If they, can they expand out behind the, in the parking lot between the hardware and H?
Yeah, they can expand that,
They could, cause they usually don't,
they usually don't fill that clear up, no.
so that would help.
I think we can make it work. You know, we gotta give too, a little bit.
Yeah. So maybe they can sort of start on the demolition there, but in front of the bank.
And, you know, just try to stay within the street, don't
Right.
park equipment outside of it, cause we're gonna need what's on the outside of it for our cars and stuff.
So you're thinking you probably still need access to the town hall parking lot here,
Yeah,
and then in front of the food run. All right.
I guess we could come in the back side with cars.
So are we thinking of tearing up First Street before the car show?
Well, that's what they're shooting for.
We'll have to check with them because I'm not sure, because it's like, what, 3 weeks
Yeah.
there that they won't be able to work essentially.
Right.
I'm not sure what, we need to get a schedule from them too and see what they think their final work day is gonna be. So we don't wanna get too far into the winter.
Right.
So,
But we gotta have the car show this year, cause if you
Yeah.
don't, 2 years in a row, it's just gonna disappear on us, you know.
It's been good.
And it took years to get it built up, and then, you know, you gotta, we just gotta watch that a little bit.
How they can get cars in here, gotta bring them up through the back way?
They can come in off of State Street. Cause they'll come in that way anyways for the restaurant back here. The coffee shop and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, where cars, yeah.
And the cars will come in,
Last year was bad.
if we could keep them over, all of them over there, we'd be better off.
Right.
Yeah,
Because you don't want people to walk through that street that's tore up
Mm-mm.
to the cars, you know.
they can still get to the food or gone coming up to the back out in the grass.
Yeah, I think if we work the back of the hardware there, you know, that,
That's what I was getting at. I just eliminate this.
I think just fill that up completely. I think we'll be fine. You know, it'll work, has to work.
Just have it blocked off real good so people don't walk through it.
Yeah, yeah,
Is a big thing.
cause we gotta almost keep this open for the coffee shop and stuff like that, you know, they gotta have a place to park too, you know.
Would we be able to use that parking lot in front of the food bank?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
for
might
parking,
be,
yeah,
that might be another for
yeah,
overflow parking or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't put our cars down there, but at least parking for the people that come
Yeah.
to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they can't work on that Saturday. Feels like they're not gonna want dust flying.
I was thinking of even pulling into this gravel driveway. I was like, I don't know. They're particular for a good reason.
Yes.
So the water system planning, we are reviewing scenarios for connection and fire protection capacity south of the tower. And then new connection north of town as well.
You're still reviewing how, if you get enough water for OCH's water fire protection in that new plant?
That might not have been up to you. I thought I saw somewhere that they got that installed in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we have, with towers full, they need it, but it's barely.
Touch.
It's gonna be harder for the next building.
Yeah, okay.
So
And is that where you're working on at possibly getting some engineering costs and so on to make the loop around from here in town to go out on Whitmer Road or Ross Road?
yeah,
So that's still actively thinking.
yes.
Good.
Item 7, coordination with the Fort Wayne utilities on sanitary. The page road meter in VFD is substantially complete. INC board installed and the meter is in operation. Pending is the startup of the metering demonstration and test with Fort Wayne, Grabill, and DLZ.
Just waiting on confirmation dates from everybody.
And then item 8, the CCMG update and application, or possible application. So I put a map in front of you guys, might look familiar. So we looked at mill and resurface of 3rd and Indiana. So Indiana's 2 blocks and 3rd Street is 4 blocks, essentially. So 1.5 mil resurface, replacing the curbs on 3rd, so they're concrete, not the asphalt curbs. And the storm replacement at the intersection of 3rd in Indiana. So high level cost, we're looking at probably $350,000 each. We were planning on a sidewalk and curbs on Indiana, where we're not really expecting a whole lot of a whole lot of sidewalk work on 3rd Street.
Mhm.
Because that was done, I think Todd said like 8 or 9 years ago. So those seem to be in good shape. So that's why those costs kind of come out equal. And again, it's $1 million max that you could get in October, and it's a 80-20 match instead of the 75-25. So we were expecting $700,000 project. $560,000 would be from the state, and then your local match would be $140,000 and estimated $90,000 for engineering survey. So about $230,000 in town funds. And we can sort of change if we want to go with a different approach on the streets, or
So that would just be 3rd Street in Indiana.
yes.
And do you have to have a yes from us by the application date? Or is-
Ideally, we'd like to get it surveyed before it's applied for. I know it's not really how it's been done in the past, but they kind of shorten up the time frame after it's awarded, and they really want exact or more exact numbers on the estimates before it gets applied for. Because that pot of money is so small compared to before.
I will say that I've already forecasted for us to spend a match for that $1 million project. So I can put it in for the 2026 budget as it stands right now.
For 230,000.
Yes.
Okay.
If you wanted to go with the $1 million project, then it would be, or you could, so then your match would be 200,000 if you wanted to do $1 million, and then probably again around 90 to 100,000 for engineering, so 300 total.
Well, I had budgeted 300,000 in total,
Hmm.
so that's a preliminary budget, I guess. It's not 100% locked in yet.
Any questions, Linda? So we could do in first and third, if that was the case.
What bridges up to the $1 million?
We hadn't really looked at any other streets. If there's others in mind, we could sort of look at that. I don't know if we were to extend Indiana or go further south and then do part of, or I guess it's Indiana and south as well. If you want to go for north or south on Indiana or something that way.
The park already has an additional appropriation that will be presenting for that
We can take
that
five.
drive. So you
Probably
can take number
5 off.
you can take number 5 off of the.
The Indiana Street that's left hand there, is that Good Street?
I'm sorry.
Indiana Street from the green to the orange,
Yes.
is that still a good street?
I mean, there's the sidewalks are a little
That's where
at a 45 degree as you're walking towards the park through there. But I mean,
walking in front of the park.
I also don't.
Okay.
I don't look at asphalt every day. I don't know what's good streets and what's not good
What
streets.
section is it?
This is
From the south
from
park.
Joyce's to 3rd Street.
Kenny Wilmer's house in the park.
Oh, that was that bad.
From Fourth Street to the entrance to the country shoal.
It's not bad, I mean, if you're, the question is, if you wanna spend $1 million, do you get it 300,000, or you spend, what was it, 800,000?
700,000.
700,000, and you're at 230,
Yeah.
I mean, your engineering's gonna be the same either way, right? That's basically what you said. So, I mean, I guess that was why I asked the question.
Yeah. Personally, I'd say let's stick with the 700,000 so that our expense is 230.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got budgeted, and I think we ought to stick close to
I
that.
think so too.
Mhm.
Okay.
That help, Ally?
Yeah. So I guess, are you guys okay with us getting survey going so we can get more defined estimate?
Mhm.
Okay.
Just as you shown there, the green
Mm-hmm.
on Indiana and the brown on 3rd.
Yes. Yep.
Okay?
So that is all that I have this evening.
Any questions? Okay. Brian, Erik,
I have a couple. Alex, can you guys send me a letter that the water tower inspection was done? So I can send that to IM?
Okay.
So they know we did have the inspection completed, we're just waiting on the final report.
Okay.
Just something general, say whatever day it was and who did it. And at least I can attach that, that way I can have that off my checklist. And then, I don't have a lot, I'm gonna have I got the street sweeper here today, and I plan on sweeping the streets this weekend before the fair. I know it's a little bit, about a week earlier than normal, but I don't know what we're gonna run to next weekend, so.
Okay.
And I know Woodburn's got their car show like a week or half after this one here, so I gotta have it back there to do theirs, so.
will that pick up all those stones from the asphalt and so on?
It should, yeah, it does a really good job picking stuff up. I mean, it picks up some heavy stuff, that's like,
Whatever he doesn't pick up, we got the tractor back, so
sorry.
we'll clean up after him. We're gonna do some cleaning before he gets out first. We got
Yeah.
a couple bad spots, I think we gotta dig them out, because you won't be able to.
Yeah, a couple I can't finagle into, yeah.
Okay, good.
So I plan on getting those done this weekend, that way those are out of the way too. That's all I have, I probably got a couple things, but that's all I had.
No, Alex done
And
pointed
Alex
out.
went through most of our list, so. I do know we do have one manhole we're missing on the end of David Drive, for the sewer lining project. I have a feeling it got buried underneath the concrete when the trust company added on that extension of the concrete. I think it got buried. Measuring off, it's showing right there, but I know Erik contacted Fort Wayne to see if they can bring my push rod sawn won't go far enough to be able to see where it's at. So someone with a little bit bigger equipment had to come in and try to see where that manhole's at. Cause I don't want to tear a whole concrete approach out and it not be there.
It's not there.
So, I mean, it shows it there, and we both have seen it before, and I mean, it's in that area, but I don't want to tear two sections out and be, the wrong one. So, I don't know how it ended up getting buried, if it was just, I know it was deep, and they just probably went over it with concrete, and no one ever caught it, so.
Okay.
But that's part of the sewer project that's gonna be going on, so. Yeah. That's all I have.
I like all of them. I sent the tractor to Chris because it had some pretty big oil leaks, and Chris says it's above what he can do. So it's either send it to John Deere to have a motor pulled and some oil leaks fixed, or whatever you guys want to do. Still serviceable, still usable. It's not like it's pouring out on the ground or anything, but the leaks that it has needs the motor pulled out to be fixed, and Chris doesn't have that capability. So we can still use it, we're gonna use it until you guys decide what you wanna do, so.
Okay.
I know we had thoughts about going to a Bobcat or whatever, but if you,
I don't know,
I can't be without it, guys. I gotta have it for stuff around town, I gotta have it for the salt in the winter, I gotta have some sort of loader.
What is it, like 28 years old?
probably,
I said, I've
think
been here 21, so I don't know how
I
long
think
it's been.
me and you went and bought it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's had a pretty rough life.
Okay. Don't do anything yet. I think we got a couple other things in the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, if you guys decide you wanna get it fixed, I wanna get it into them early before it gets to the winter, and I gotta have a loader for the winter.
Yeah. Okay. Something was mentioned a couple months ago about on West Street at Second Street, people parking too close to Second Street for coming around the corner there. Was any yellow lines or anything being thought about putting in there?
Should be 15 feet away from the corner,
Mm-hmm.
at least 15.
15 feet from the stop sign.
Um,
Corner.
And that's where we need our curbs painted for that kind of stuff. People don't know, if you paint the curbs, they know where they're not supposed to park. So that's a program we'll have to get set up and go through the whole town to do that, you know. And since we got new curbs in now we can go ahead and do it, you know. So, so I think, you know, we need to sit down and get a plan put together for that, you know. And
And with the striping machine, you could put in some angular there.
yeah, and so I don't know if we wanna get a striping company to do that or not, or what, you know. What have you guys think, you know?
Well, if you want all the curbs, then it's gonna be,
Well, it's gonna be a job, yeah,
It's gonna be
but I
a
think
job.
we need to put together a plan to
Yeah.
do it, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Needs to be
'cause you can't get them all at one time.
right, yes, sir.
And get all the major ones, especially West Street where we've got trucks that wanna go up there and shouldn't. And so, you know, we gotta keep people from that area parked away from it, you know, a bit, so.
Do we have that specified as a no truck street? Seems like we had no trucks.
It did, up on the front of West Street from Grabill Road, and no trucks coming up that side, on the back side. So, but they didn't listen, it just,
Is the sign still there?
no,
We ought to put,
they didn't listen when the sign was there.
No, we put one back up though.
yeah, I think you ought to put it back up.
Sounds
There or
like
not?
a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Andrew goes, I like that.
That, and I would say on Second Street too. Because trucks come in there off of Whitmer Road, Second Street,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so I think you ought to put it on Second Street too.
No trucks going West Street that way.
Either way,
Either way, no trucks either way.
They usually don't go this way, they usually go that way.
I would put them up.
And
I'd put
I
them on both
noticed,
sides.
the other day, we had a semi come from Home Guard down West Street. We need to put up there, no trucks past Home Guard Way. We put Home Guard Way in for semis,
Yeah.
out, and it's a wider turn for them and stuff like that.
mhm.
So we need to
I'll
put
check for signs, and I'll get them up.
no trucks past this point.
Yeah, I thought there was a sign in that.
I think, but when we did all the street projects, I think. they
Oh,
got
see, I thought it
taken
said trucks and an arrow pointed.
out. Yeah, I think everything got taken out of the street projects, so
Yeah.
we'll have to put them back up.
Okay. Zach, what do you have for us?
This is from several months back, but you guys obtained a sanitary sewer extension permit from IDEM, and it was appealed by David Cole. His petition was defective, both substantively and procedurally, but the administrative law judge allowed Mr. Cole to correct those, which he did. And there's most recently a hearing on his petition, and the court ordered IDEM and the town, which Taft is handling, to meet with Mr. Cole to try to get a resolution, although we've told them we're not deviating from the permit that IDEM issued us. And so IDEM has suggested we file a joint motion to dismiss, which we plan to do. We've looked at the documents, and Mr. Cole filed a substantially similar objection in 2022, and we filed a motion to dismiss, which was granted. So we're going to use kind of that motion to dismiss and file again, but that's due Monday, and I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys were aware of that. Okay. This is also from the past. There was a license for encroachment upon the, is it the vet? We made revisions and you guys approved the revisions. Today at 11:30, we got a note back from them with a couple modifications. And the one modification is they want to be able to assign this license for encroachment to a purchaser of the property. I mean, they don't want to have to go through, they want to be able to pass the benefit of the encroachment license on now. The encroachment license provides that these air conditioning units that are on the town's property, they can't do anything with those. I mean, if they move them, this encroachment goes away. So, and they can't expand it. So it's just maintaining the status quo. So it's my recommendation that their modification is fine. And so I did bring the revised version. If you guys want to approve this, we can sign it and I'll get it back to them.
Okay.
This was already approved, it's just now it gets amended, so I will pass this along. I'll just write, for Jeff's, I'll write absent, because it has each of you sign. Send this back to him tomorrow.
Thank you.
We have prepared an ordinance. These ordinances will take 2 meetings. We could suspend the rules if Jeff was here, but he's not, so we'll introduce this ordinance. Stephanie, this is the ordinance establishing stop signs for certain intersections. Do you have we're just going to introduce it. Would you have an ordinance number?
I believe this one's going to be 2025-6, but I'm racking my brain right now. It might be 5 or 6. I can't remember. That's resolution.
This would be an ordinance.
This would be an ordinance.
Yeah.
So I'll let her in the minutes put the exact number, but this, I'll just go through what this, I got one for each of you. There's one for Stephanie as well. This is an ordinance establishing stop signs for certain road and street intersections, and it would be all traffic traveling eastbound and westbound on First Street and approaching the street intersection with Indiana Street shall be required to come to a full and complete stop before entering the intersection. And it's hereby ordained that 2 stop signs are approved for installation as the method for control of traffic to abide by this declaration. And then the second one is for all traffic traveling westbound on Eicher and approaching the street intersection with Sawmill Road shall be required to come to a full and complete stop before entering the intersection. Hereby ordained that a stop sign is approved for installation as the method for the control of traffic to abide by this declaration. So, are those the intersections and stop signs that you were talking about last meeting? Okay.
Yep.
So I guess I'd suggest, for purposes of introduction, ordinance number 2025 either 05 or 06, as determined by the Clerk-TREASURER, it'd be a motion to introduce an ordinance establishing stop signs for certain road and street intersections.
What is the Saratoga Parkway and County Road 350?
Oh, that's my fault. That's a carryover. So I'll correct that for the second reading, and
Okay.
Thank you for calling that out.
Need a motion to
Yeah, just a motion, just for introduction only.
introduction only.
And then I'll bring the amended one that shows that correction made for the next meeting for adoption.
Okay.
So yeah, just a motion for introduction of ordinance 2025 either 05 or 6, an ordinance establishing stop signs for certain road and street intersections.
I make a motion to accept the introduction. Ordinance number so-and-so. For stop signs in certain roads and street intersections.
Second is carried.
Okay, the last thing I have is, we modified, the, Ellis Tree Service contract for services. I'll pass this out, for you guys to look at, and then there's a resolution attached that could be adopted at the next meeting. The services schedule remains the same in terms of the services. The compensation, though, is going to be on a time and material basis, and it's gonna be based upon an estimate that the contractor will provide you prior to starting each work. And the estimate and work order will be permitted to be preliminarily approved by the town council president, but subject to the full town council approval upon completion. So it puts it on the contractor whether he wants to wait for full approval, but that's how this is presented. And then we've also added three provisions. Once the contract is terminated, the contractor will deliver to the town all property of any type which is furnished to the contractor or related to the town's operation and maintenance, which would include, any equipment that he has. We've also added an identification provision which provides the contractor will identify the town for any third-party claims or liability or losses or damages that are a result of the contractor's actions while he's providing the services. And then we have a insurance provision that has both requirement that he carries insurance and then also that he adds the town as an additional insured. That's if he calls his agent, they can issue a new certificate of insurance with showing the town as an additional insured. That's an easy requirement. So those are the changes to this. I don't know if you want to pass it along to him as well.
Yeah.
Just have you guys look at it.
Is that a dated contract?
I have it. We have it dated for the period of performance being January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2025. So we contemplate this on an annual basis, but we could do, an auto renewal if you wanted until it's terminated, until either party terminates. You have thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Like an auto renewal?
Auto renewal.
Okay.
Myself, I would. That way we don't have to go through this hassle every year.
You'll still have the ability to terminate. Even if it automatically renews, you decide you want to go a different direction, we can put provisions that upon 30 days notice, you can terminate.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you. Hicksville Bank-Discussion.
I just wanted to touch base on that again since you were, and obviously, Jeff's absent. But the discussion that Kevin and Nick presented, earning us that extra interest that First Merchant's not able to provide us at this time. And I wanted the council's opinion whether or not we wanted to transition over to Hicksville. It wouldn't be immediate as I'm in the middle of budget season at the current moment, but I feel it's easy money walking out the door, and I understand that, you know, we've had a long relationship with First Merchants, Grabill Bank, but again, we're letting easy money walk out the door. That's, to me, a no-brainer.
Like Kevin said, it's not Grabill Bank anymore.
No.
And the more I thought about it, you know, Greg and Kevin was
They
Grabill
were-
Bank.
They were very well.
Yeah.
And you know, I trust both them guys. And I feel I'm okay to switch. After talking to Kevin, you know, and some of the stuff he told me, and then I thought, well, I guess I can let go now. You know, I mean, I gotta trust him because
Yeah.
he's the one that knows what was going on in there and stuff. And he said they don't even know they even own that parking lot over there. So you know, it just, that's terrible that it's that way. But
You know, and I hate to say that, you know, the bigger it got, the less we became as a community to them. But you know, because I mean, they are active in the Grabill Parade, and they're active, you know, in the community. But I feel that they're going to represent us better as a whole, plus with the added benefit of earning all that extra on the interest.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. You know,
What do you need? A motion to, or
Yeah, I mean,
switching
just
your,
change it back to
I mean,
I just, yeah,
a
I think
council's
just,
approval to transition depository accounts.
yeah.
Their branches within the town limits.
correct.
Yeah.
I can't, I mean, I could walk there. It's not out my back door anymore, but I mean, yeah.
and it's not that difficult to get there either.
No.
I mean, down First Street, you're there, you know. But
Exactly.
You got a sidewalk now.
I will have a sidewalk now.
But
Well,
Hicksville does have
yeah.
approval from state of Indiana.
They're on the state approved depository, but there's a second prong where they have to be within your jurisdiction, so
Okay.
that's what I was making sure it's about town boundary.
We wouldn't move our bonds of anything like that, we'd just
No.
move our
Just the depository accounts.
cash.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that the council is okay with moving the whatever accounts they are.
Cash funds account?
Depository accounts.
Depository accounts to Hicksville Bank.
Do I have a second?
Yes. And carries. What else do you have?
Clean vouchers. You want to start there?
Yep.
Okay. Have the August 20th, 2025 council meeting vouchers totaling $601. $601. $320, 38. My God, I can talk tonight. And then I had the gross payroll totaling $5,906.50.
Make a motion, go ahead and pay him.
Second?
And I know we had touched base on the salary ordinance last council meeting. I did present all three of you with a booklet of duties that's required of me at the bare minimum as a clerk treasurer to follow on a monthly basis. In addition to that, I'm handling park reservations as well as the utility billing. And I know Jeff had asked to see the breakdown of what's required of me as clerk treasurer and what that looks like. So that's what that packet is in front of you.
Right.
It was also asked that I inquire different communities to see what their clerk treasurers are being paid on a similar pay scale, similar job responsibilities. And as a footnote, was asked to also look at what those neighboring communities pay their town councils.
We've done that before, and I think it's fair to do that.
So, I mean, the current, my gross is $46,307.56. I'm asking that the council review the salaries from Woodburn, Roanoke, Hamilton, Warren, the town of Bristol, Waterloo, and Cherubusco to support my request for a salary increase.
Now, does that include your current salary here, 46? Does that include all the, not only the general fund, but park and water and sewage and all those kinds of things?
That breakdown that you have in front of you for the payroll is what gets distributed from all of those accounts to pay the 8 of us, if that makes sense. So that breakdown is showing on that accounts payable voucher, shows what's coming out of each of those funds to pay us all as a whole, every single
Okay, so this
2
is,
weeks. This is
this
an annual.
includes all this?
Yes.
Okay,
So the number in yellow is my annual salary.
right,
That
Got
would be,
all of these,
yes,
all of these funds and
correct.
everything. Okay, okay, good. All right. Okay. Let us take this under advisement. I'm gonna make a decision right tonight. Okay?
Yes,
And you're working on budget at this point in time?
I am.
So what other items do you have that we need to be?
I know Erik had requested that we pave the parking lot through here and on the back side. I did meet with him today to get a current quote for that to possibly put into.
I'm talking to Robert tomorrow to go through all the numbers and make sure he's okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
We quoted it a couple months ago, I wanted to make sure he was still okay with holding the numbers. And the way he sounded today, he was okay with holding them until.
Now that's for next year's budget?
Correct.
I think he quoted, we got around town hall and we got the section between, your coffee house, that is ours.
Mm-hmm.
I think he bid $44,000 for that. And I did have him quote Elmer's and Sasha's parts too in case they want to do theirs. So,
Okay. What other big things we have coming up?
Most stuff's on water sewer, so it's not in the
Mhm.
budget items. It's gonna be the streets and the parks is what you, streets are right here, what we just went through.
Right.
Do you have anything else on the streets that you guys are looking at that can be handled small, or anything in the parks that are?
You know, I know it's kind of has always been on the back burner, but just as a community development, Joyce and I had talked shortly after I think I took office about adding a possible dog park in that baseball diamond at South Park. I think that would be a great community resource that we don't have anywhere out this way. I mean, I think the closest one is Show Park. That's just something that I think might be worth looking at.
Something unique nobody else close by has.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. How much did we have in the budget for this year for a truck?
67.
67.
Correct. And I planned on rolling that over for 26.
Okay.
In the event that we don't find something between.
Okay. What do you say about
Well, I think,
someone? I'd like to take this under advisement and look at it.
yeah, I think, I need to go through and look at things, and we've always done that before too,
Yeah.
you know, so,
Yeah.
yeah, nothing unusual about that,
See
so,
what we can
but we need to look at it
Yeah.
and next meeting,
I mean, we don't have to adopt technically a salary ordinance until December, but I just,
What about the rest of your budget?
that's
October?
September and October.
Okay. All right. You had, got an email from you about NIPSCO?
Yeah, me and Ryan took care of that. There was a NIPSCO line that was grazed. And I wouldn't even say it.
A little perturbed about it, but yeah. They put a probe through the top of it while trying to find a curb box, and the line was marked, but they were shoveling and digging, the probe went to the top of it. You know, $17,000 or $1,700 later, and I paid for it, but yeah, so yeah.
Sorry I asked.
Yeah, and I paid for that, and I did respond to the damaged portal and all that stuff, so it's all, everything was taken care of.
Yeah, he's
used
emailed
to-
me everything since and I think there was probably just a time lapse in between when NIPSCO sent the letter and when Ryan sent in the stuff. It was one of those things that initially when I got the letter, I went, hold on. First off, this is a bill I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
So that threw a 5-star alarm, and then it was just a domino effect of.
Time to pass through all the chains, and I got it to pay. It was almost close to the deadline. So yeah, it was sent out on the 11th. It was sent out a week or so ago.
Okay. All right. Good. The state revolving fund loan. That's the part you need to sign.
Yeah.
well, we went looking for a truck today. We were at Auburn, at Ben Davis, and I had it here. We have a quote on a new F-250.
Oh, 250.
Heavy duty truck. Should have what you need.
Is it a fleet vehicle?
No.
And it has dual batteries on it. If we'd ever put a snowplow on it, it's equipped. I don't know if we ever will. I hope we don't, but
Destroy the trucks.
I hope we sub it out like we always do, you know.
We got a good crew that does a good job at that.
And, you know,
Towing package.
yeah. Drives nice.
Yeah.
250.
It's stiff,
Yeah.
but it's
brand
nice.
new.
Brand new,
Yeah.
white. I think we want to stay with white service trucks.
Is it cloth interior?
Yeah.
Yes, and
We'll get some covers on it.
Yeah, it's covered.
they suggested, it's a 20-year truck,
Yeah.
what they said. It's something that'll last us 20 years. After the seats get worn, take it in, and have professional seat covers put on it, you know, put leather on it then, whatever.
Seat covers.
Well, I just want to make sure, cloth.
We always put seat covers on
But
it.
the
Yeah,
cloths,
covers on it,
I've got cloths on mine, mine's 13 years old, it looks like a day.
We just lost the driver's side seat cover on the old truck, and the seat looks brand new still, so I'll be ordering another set of seat covers.
Yeah, we had on. We had got a quote on a Chevrolet too, so.
Yeah.
Mhm. The Chevy was about $3,000 higher than the Ford. Had the same equipment, so on.
Single cab, long bed,
Single cab, long bed,
four-wheel drive.
got four-wheel drive, has the clearance lights on top,
Mhm.
and it's got, and then we would put an allowance for toolbox or something like that on there to go get it.
Okay.
And then your emergency lights on your turn signals, you know, I think that's a must,
It's got the toggle switches,
Yeah.
yeah.
so you get lights on it.
And saying that, do we want to update, and I know you and I have talked about updating to get the seal, like
Yeah.
a magnet seal or something for the side of the truck.
Mhm.
I think that would,
Both sides.
on both sides.
Mhm. I don't know if it's a magnet or a
Well,
decal.
I think you can do
These
both.
Decals,
I
not
would
magnets.
decal it, the
No
magnet
magnets.
tends to rust it.
Yeah.
Or-
Decals.
Okay.
If we're gonna put them on, put decals on.
Yeah.
On
No, they can't take them off.
sides and the back.
Yep.
Right, I'll look into that.
Nice truck. Yeah, it is heavy duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So you're the trot over one. I don't know when Claude's gonna go pick it up.
You have to make a motion to purchase it.
Okay.
Jeff was satisfied with it.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I make a motion, we accept the quote on the 2025
$25.
F-250 Ford pickup from Ben Davis Ford for $49,000 something.
49,900.
I have a second?
Yes.
Like, I'm waiting for it.
Motion carried. Okay. And I'll get with you or,
Now,
yes.
Zach, how does that work? I mean, I've got approval now. Since it's not a utility, am I allowed to issue that payment outside of a claim voucher approval?
That I don't know. I mean, I would ask, who are you using as your municipal advisor now?
Local government services.
I would ask them. Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't remember the details on that.
Okay. Alright, I'll ask her.
Typically, they want the check cut to get the truck.
Yeah. I I didn't know if there was something in IC code that allowed pre-approval of vouchers or anything like that.
Do you have a purchase agreement yet, or?
No. Mm-mm.
I mean, if,
We have what the cost, estimated cost, but what the cost is gonna be, not estimated.
why don't you
what the
call
cost
them
is.
and ask them the proper procedure that, you've got a special meeting here Monday.
Yeah.
Okay,
You could take advantage of that meeting.
fantastic. Okay,
Right.
I'll do that.
Okay. I think that's all we,
In the meantime, I'd probably call them and tell them to make sure they hold that truck.
yeah, I'll call them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from the floor? No? Okay. We can adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned.